folks, Jermaine Ferrell here, and it is Friday Night Blitz Media Days, and I tell you, we're having fun covering all the teams, getting you ready for the season, and of course, we're going to take a visit with the crew from Newcastle, the home of the Craig County Rockets, and their head coach in his second season, Coach Jimmy Fisher. Jay Fish, what is up, sir?
Hey, thanks for having us today. We're excited to be here. Thank you very much.
You know, you were telling me before, you basically have 3 jobs.
I
You're
do.
a head football coach,
I'm a football coach. I'm a realtor, and I'm a social studies teacher. So, I'm a rock star at the other 2. Hopefully, I can be a rock star at this one also.
That's good stuff there. Well, last year you went 3-7.
3-7.
And,
left a couple on the field, we thought. So.
Yeah. Just talk about now that you're in your second year, and it's kind of a normal year now because of the offseason and all that, and how you think things have gone in the offseason?
I think they've gone well. I mean, last year we come in and, first thing we did was inventory, and Debbie from BSN came out and helped me with the inventory, and we realized we didn't have enough of anything, so, we had to, call around, and we had to buy a bunch of stuff and borrow a bunch of stuff, and, several of the local schools helped us out, Richlands, Glenver, James River, Allegheny, and Stanton River was a lifesaver for us. And Coach Harrison at the Fastest 40 loaned us some shoulder pads. So, but we've given all that stuff back and have bought a bunch of stuff ourselves, and gotten the kids involved a lot. The weight room numbers have been pretty good. The kids have been working hard, and we're getting the field equipment done and painted the facilities ourselves. And so we're working hard. Hopefully it'll show some fruit of our labors here this season and next. So.
How tough is it that a lot of times you just don't have a lot of the equipment that you need and finally kind of build that part back up?
It's just like life. You make do with what you got. So just do the best you can in every situation in life and let the chips fall where they may. I think we've handled, the adversities that were thrown at us last year with COVID and equipment issues like a champ and just kept on plugging.
Yeah, I'm looking at a few of the notes on your program. This year you only have 4 home games. Typically, I'm sure teams like to have that 5-5 balance, but I'm sure
we
that's
did. We had an opportunity to pick up another school up the road there at Mountain View, and so we're really kind of 6-6. We have a scrimmage at home, and then our benefit game are at home. So, and then we're splitting the gate with Mountain View, so we're getting some of our money back, and with the benefit game. So money-wise, we'll be okay, but the real Friday night lights, the benefit game will feel like that, but it's not really. It's still just a second scrimmage, but so next year we'll be back to 5-5. So. Just the way their schedule was, they needed home games.
The interesting thing, too, when you look at over the history of this program, it's been a numbers game. Just a lot of times, just the numbers haven't been there. You mentioned, we were talking off air, you have roughly about 27 players, which is probably a bounty, isn't it?
Yeah, well, last year, we had 27 in the weight room the other night. I don't know how many actually come out. We're expecting around between middle school and high school together about 60, and that's about what we had last year. We most of the season went through I think we finished with 32 kids on the varsity and had like 35, carried 35 most of the season. So it is like having 2 Craig County teams.
And it helps the scrimmage. We get
it does to be able to get some good on good or some fill-ins and go 11 on 11 and have some subs if somebody's not there, because somebody's always not there with all the quarantines last year. So there was a couple of times it was just 1 coach or 2 coaches because everybody else was quarantined or sick. So
now, one thing that you sent to me, you guys have a motto. It's hashtag BAM!
BAM!
B-A-M,
and
BAM!
Coaching's copying is what I've always heard. And my good buddy, Coach Cleve Adams down at Ferrum, go Black Hats, he saw it on a T-shirt when he was on vacation at the beach and asked about it, and that's kind of their thing. And I made sure I asked permission if we used it, and he said absolutely go for it. It's hashtag BAM, be a man. So that's going to be our focus. 2 things, handle your business like a man should. A man gets where he's going on time, and he works hard, and he does the right things to be successful, and that's what we want to push these kids to do on the football field, in school, and in life. So.
And we were talking off camera, of course. Your coaching background, you have a lot of coaching background in here. You have a lot of stops. Let's talk about that.
I've been blessed. I worked with Coach Mark McPherson at Craig. He was probably our most successful coach. I worked with Coach Tenney at Craig, who coached at multiple schools and won a title at Bath. I worked with Lee Johnson and Fred Wagner and John Hinkle. John's struggling right now with cancer. He's in the hospital, not doing well. So, everybody say a prayer for John. But, then I went to, won a state title at North Cross, went to William Fleming with Coach Johnson, was there for a while. Great kids at William Fleming. Shout out to those guys. Then I was at James River with Coach King and Coach Jake Phillips. Jake's the coach back at Bath now. He's come home to Bath County. Coach with Coach Holter at Fleming. Just a lot of who's kind of guys. And then Kevin Clifford, probably the hardest working coach that I've been around at Glenver, and learned how some of the things that I want to do well. I learned from each one of those guys in those programs. So I've been at 5 different schools in the last 20 years.
So I mean, obviously you're a year in with this. So what's it like to actually have this opportunity to run your own program, be the head coach?
Well, I wasn't anticipating it. It was I was kind of out of coaching, and the real estate was running great last year, and then it's my hometown school, and they were in a bind, so they asked me to do it, so I did it. So, but it's good, to be able to make the decisions. But I've got some young assistants, and we'll have 5 coaches in the building. Not many schools in this area have that, so 5 good young coaches, and so when I'm done, hopefully the things will be in place where they can keep this program. It's like a roller coaster, ups and downs. We want more ups and less downs. That's where we want to be. So we want to set things in motion to where we're successful now, but later on we can sustain that. So we're trying to get a new weight room space, and have plans to maybe do some Bermuda like all the other schools are doing, and we want to build a field house. So we've got some big plans.
So, Coach, Friday nights are fun. I mean, you've seen your fair share of
Friday nights are fun. The other 6 days are work. So, everybody doesn't see that part. It's work.
That's true. But, it's big for the coaches, players, cheerleaders, everybody like that. But for Jay Fish, Coach Jimmy Fisher, what does Friday nights mean to you, sir?
Kind of like the pinnacle of doing this, but just the opportunity to influence young men was my highlight. I mean, we all have our skeletons in our closet, and some of the stuff I did in my past, I'm not proud of, but I want kids to be able to be proud of me now, and I don't have those skeletons, and I'm not adding any to the closet anyway. And I just want to be a representation of what what a man should be, and hopefully I carry that on. But as far as me, I enjoy Friday nights as much as any coach. Want to win them all, can't win them all most of the time, but it's just kind of like a little dream come true to be at your hometown and to be able to live your dream there coaching. That's why I went in my 40s to get my teaching degree, so I could coach in Craig County. So
that's fun stuff.
So I'm at my pinnacle. I got no plans to ever go anywhere else. I'm as high as I want to go on the food chain. So.
That's good. I mean, when you live your dream, that's the opportunity there. And obviously, again, the success hadn't been there recently. The last time Craig County had a winning season, you had to go back to 2005, 7-4 record. And the playoff, only 3 playoff appearances, so it's kind of slim pickings. But for you, looking at this season ahead, 2022, what do you feel is going to be the key to have success this season at Craig County?
No turnovers, no quarantines, and just plugging away. I mean, last year we were slow and small, and we just lined right up. And well, I don't think we punted until game 3 or 4. We're going 4th and 17, your own 20. Let's go for it. The numbers say that you should go for it, but nobody has the, the necessary equipment to want to do that. But we might not have the equipment either, but we didn't have any choice, so we couldn't cover a punt, so we didn't punt. So we a lot of quarterback sneaks, a lot of dives, a lot of power. And I think we'll be able to spread out a little bit more this year. We got some, athletes who worked hard in the weight room, and got a little quarterback who can throw it, and so we're trying to get some guys out of the box and be able to, the Glenver thing. Glenver's great because of their work in the offseason in the weight room. The X's and O's, they're good, but they're good because they come out and bully people. So that's where we want to eventually get. We're not there now, but we want to be gentlemen off the field, but bullies on it. Reggie White, when beat you up when I'm on the field, I'm going to love you when we're off. So.
Amen to that. That's some good stuff. So, Coach, again, I appreciate you coming in. Jimmy Fisher, the head coach of the Craig County Rockets.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, sir, anytime. And you guys are going to take off on August 26th. You have a home game against Bland County. So, Coach, again, thank you so much for making a drive over the mountain here to Friday Night Blitz Media Days here. And good luck this season, sir.
Thank you so much.
That's why you're the man. I'm just visiting anyway. So, here it is. Jimmy Fisher, head coach of Craig County, as the Rockets look to take off as we have more Friday Night Blitz Media Days as we get you ready for the season.
Go Rockets.